Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hello, my name is Matt Murphy. Halfway home on the Tuesday edition of the Matt Murphy Radio Show. Man, it feels like a month and a half since my birthday. It's only been a week and a day since my birthday. It's only been a week and a day since Labor Day. Doesn't it feel like longer than that? I don't know. The month is just kind of flying by or slow. I don't know. I don't know what it's doing one way or the other. It's the 9th day of September. Thank you for being around. If you're just getting off work, we appreciate you tuning in to the Matt Murphy Show. We'll try to get you home in the proper fashion. Ken Weaver's got a lot of those headlines that you need to know about. I'll try to opine on said same. We got traffic, we got weather, we got all of those things that you come to love and expect. Plus, there's Jackson Williams.
Hey, bud.
Jay Willie.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, Jay Willie. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you feeling good?
Feeling good.
Looking great?
Feeling good.
All right, enough of you. Ken Weaver. What's going on back there?
I'm just taking care of business, boys.
He's doing the news.
Taking care of the news.
I'm just doing the news, boys. Yes.
Yeah. Are you enjoying the status as being one of the upper tier SEC programs right now after 2 weeks?
I'm not even talking about that.
Oh, you're not?
I will not even respond to that. That's rat poison.
You know, Jackson and I are desperately trying to not talk about the football game that's coming up in Knoxville.
It is like eating at me.
You just want to bring it up every moment?
Yes.
Well, we can't do it.
So don't you boys think this is the biggest game so far? I mean, Clemson and LSU was pretty big, but I don't know.
Ohio
State, Texas, yeah, they were big, but I mean, this one, now we're 3 games in.
Well, it's certainly a separator in the SEC.
It's a separator.
It's a separator.
But it's
an
on the
early
national.
separator.
It's on the national scale too, man.
College game day's coming out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
got the A crew too.
Yeah, Fowler and Herb Street
and Holly Rowe
calling the game. Oh, and we buried the lead. Jackson Williams, Jay Willie, is going to the game.
Yes, sir.
He's going to be there. His presence will be felt in the stadium.
Well, that's his old stomping grounds, man.
I will be kneeling loud.
What's that mean?
You've never heard that? The Neyland effect?
You know, no. I was there when y'all ran that first
80-yard Jalen Wright.
Yeah, I heard it. It's 7-0. Woo!
Thought? What was your thoughts?
I heard it. I was like, oh my goodness, this is
way louder than that toilet bowl in Georgia.
Going to be a long day. Sadly, we don't get the echo effect because we choose to leave one end open for the road. The one end of Sanford Stadium has the road. We call it the road end, or the bridge end, we call it. And
when Tennessee beat Alabama, you could hear the stadium from across the river.
Well, I'm sure you could. I have no doubt about it. I imagine things were shaken, as they should have been. Now, after that 80-yard run back a couple of years ago, I will say this, Jackson, didn't hear a lot of that Vol noise after that.
You'll hear it this Saturday.
What was the score at the end of that game?
38-10.
Was it?
Yes.
What was last year's score?
38-17.
That was 31-17.
Who's got the meanest defense?
We're going to find out.
Georgia has the meaner defense, but they also have the uglier offense.
We do not know about Georgia's defense. That is rat poison. Speaking of rat poison, I'm not going to have it.
Here's what you got to do. You got to keep that Aguilar off the field.
You're right about that, kid. We got to grind the football. We got to own that offensive line. We got to grind it.
But if you're in a 3rd and long, what's Gunnar Stockton going to do back there?
I don't know.
102,000, including me, yelling at him.
I cannot tell you that I know how the young man's going to face that hostile crowd.
It's not. I am really interested to see how he handles.
Weaver says jazz hands.
Yeah, jazz hands, man. Hand signal. Hand signal.
That's calling off the play. Call off the play. Call off the play. Call off the play.
But it gets in your head.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
I think Tennessee was in Bryce Young's head early in that Alabama game a couple years ago.
You got to get those ear holes covered so you can hear that thing. You know?
They were in Milrose's head last year.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Listen, if we leave that game and Georgia has lost by 2 or 3 touchdowns, it would not surprise me one bit.
I am also going to be in your ear all the way down 40 West.
Oh, it's not. No, the first rest area.
He's going to drop me at Buc-ee's in Crossville.
Y'all, I'm telling you, I am not going to leave Jackson Williams, Jay Willie, Y2J, on the side of the road on I-40.
He's going to leave me in the middle.
But I will damn sure leave him at a rest area. I will get to a rest area, and I will stop, and I'll say, hey, it's pee break time, everybody. And when Jackson walked in, I said, let's go. See ya. So long.
I'll have Brother Weaver come get me.
I probably won't be able to, Brother Jackson.
Find yourself one of those nice truckers.
I'll be sleepy.
Anyway, 099 9009, you're right. 9009 says, glad y'all aren't talking about the game. My bad. No, we do have more important
Don't
things.
get me started.
I know. I mean, look, we're excited. It's hate week. It's fun.
We're going together.
We're riding together. It's our first field trip, kid.
And it's football.
It's foosball, and it's Jackson and Maddie's first field trip, and we're going to videotape it. We're going to put it up on social media. It's going to be fun and exciting until somebody loses.
The game.
Predictions coming later on in the week. Someone wants to know a prediction on the game. Yeah, I don't understand what that means. Tennessee 27, Georgia 21, Austin P 13. I don't understand what that means.
Hey, those governors, they were tough on you.
They scored that 6 points.
As vanilla. As vanilla, Georgia.
I don't know. We've been hearing that for a couple of years now, Ken, that Mike Bobo's not showing you the real offense. He's just waiting. Oh, y'all go see the real offense.
Carson Beck looks good in Miami.
He does look good in Miami. Mike Bobo will take a great quarterback and turn him into an average or less than average quarterback like that. Just ask Carson Beck. All right, 13 after the hour.
Sir.
Back to real news. So Andy and Michael have been holding on to talk about the stabbing. Obviously, we're discussing it. What to do about it? Crime in the inner city, and a discussion about the propensity that we have for crime in blue cities primarily, and how the mainstream media doesn't want to discuss. And sadly, it becomes a racial issue as a result. Because they seem to pick and choose those stories that they discuss based on the racial components of the victims and the perpetrators. And I'm saddened to tell you that we're not doing that here. We're talking about all of this, and we're laying it down where the goats can graze on it. Andy is next up on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Hello, Andy.
Hi there. Hello.
Yes, sir. Hey, Andy.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We've got you. What's on your mind?
As well that we've kind of missed is that.
Hey, Andy, we are going, buddy. I love cell phone technology because it gives people the ability to talk on a regular basis. But you are going through a bad little cell area. We're going to try to pick you back up and see if we can't get you in a better cell situation, and so we can hear what you have to say, because I'm missing most of the words. In the meantime, it's Michael's turn. Hey, Michael, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Great, Michael. Thank you.
God, I love your show. It's so flippin' funny, dude. It's amazing. You guys should be syndicated. But anyways, I just want to know one thing. When you and what's your producer's name again?
We call him J Willie or Y2J or Action Jackson or Fraction Jackson, but his real name is Jackson Williams.
Well, when Jackson Williams and you come back, and at some point after the game, you're going to have to pull over. Who's going to hold the bucket?
That will be Matt.
That's not going to be Matt. It's not going to be Matt. I'm the Jackson. If anything, I'm the alpha dog in this situation. I don't understand what you don't understand about that. It's my car.
I do. You are right.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael.
It was just a joke. Now, I wanted to go back to the caller that called 2 segments ago, and he was talking about his mom, and where she watches all CNBC, BS, NBC, all those things. And I want to give him hope, because when my mother-in-law passed away, she was so into Democratic, she listened to all that crap, and if I'm allowed to say crap. And my wife and I moved back. My wife has lived here all her life, and then we went to Vegas, and I lived there for 9 years with her, and then we came back. And before she passed, It was 2015, and we would put on the TV, and my wife would put on Fox News. And at the time, well, who knows, but they were telling the truth. They were saying everything that's really happening, not what all those other stations were saying. And all of a sudden, my mother-in-law, Clara, she got so fired up about what Trump was doing in 2016 that they went down and voted, and my wife got them T-shirts, pink T-shirts, that said Trump all the way. And when they went in there to vote, they were turned around and they had to go to the bathroom to change their shirts inside out because you're not allowed to wear anything within a certain amount of yardage when you go to vote. And I tell you, dude, I'm reaching out to you. You have hope with your mom. She will get it.
There you go, Forrest.
Yep, there you go, Forrest, if that's her name.
No, his name's Forrest. Her name, we're calling her lovingly Mama Forrest.
Okay, I got one thing to say about that. Run, Forrest! Run!
Run from the CNN, Forrest. Run. Andy is back. Andy, thank you for your patience. I just wanted to get you in a better cell situation so we could all hear what you have to say. The floor is yours, sir.
Hopefully I'm there.
You sound great. Sound great.
Great. So one of the things that I think a lot of these Democrat cities do is they actually have laws that that produce more sheep than wolves. If you want to help somebody who's in trouble, if you want to help them out, there are laws that you'll get in trouble if you insert yourself into a bad situation.
And we talked about the Daniel Penny effect, right? I don't know if you heard us discussing it, but Daniel Penny is the military man. I think he was a former Marine or once a Marine, always a Marine. That and I might have a service orientation wrong. If I do, I apologize. That's what my memory commands me to say. But he's the guy in the subway in New York that restrained the Jordan Neely fellow who was just acting crazy around people and threatening people. He said he was going to kill somebody today, and he put him in a chokehold, and ultimately he got charged with manslaughter because the guy died. Yeah, I mean, another example, these gun-free zone deals, right? You are begging people, not even begging, you're demanding that people disarm themselves before they go into social settings where they may need ultimately to have something to better protect themselves or to protect the people that are around them.
Yeah, I think Democrats create these situations where they set it up so that bad things happen and they cry foul, but when Republicans do the same thing, then they basically just switch directions and tell us that we're crazy and that we're politicizing everything.
Well, that's right, and that's what we're being told right now. Don't buy into it. Don't buy it. This is a big story. It matters. It has resonated. There's a lot of elements to this story that matter, and not the least of which, and thank you, Andy, for the call, is the refusal on the part of the mainstream media from covering the story. Why are they not covering this story? It's a big deal. A woman was assaulted for no reason whatsoever on a subway, on mass transit. So think about the components of this story. We're told that mass transit in our major cities are safe. We're told that we need to use mass transit more to get off the roadways, that we need to do that for the environment. And I mean, all these kind of interlocking stories go into this particular situation and are at play here. We're told that there's no danger on these public mass transit railways. Just not true. We know that were circumstances different, I mean, and we see it all the time where the mainstream media plays up the dynamics of a given circumstance based on the race of the individual perpetrator or the individual victim when it furthers a narrative that they want to present. And it's sad to say, but true. And I don't pretend to know everything that goes into the sociodynamics behind why young black males have turned repeatedly to crime in our major cities. But I am just looking at the data, y'all. I'm just looking at it, and I would suggest to you, as I said at the beginning of the show, that we better be willing to identify it. If we don't identify it, then how in the world are we going to solve it for everyone, especially for other African-American people? Because the vast majority of black crime happens against black people. And the media ignores that. So when Donald Trump wants to solve crime in the city of Chicago, he's trying to protect black people. And instead of applauding him for doing that, the media attacks him for doing it. And they would suggest, as Brandon Johnson has done, the mayor of that city, as Pritzker has done, the governor of Illinois, they want to pretend that there's no crime problem in Chicago. What? Oh, just pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. There's no crime problem here. It's just black people killing black people. They don't matter. Huh? Right? So if this were a Republican, can you imagine Bill Lee saying that there's no crime in Memphis? Now, Bill Lee has not pulled the trigger, although I'm hearing out of Memphis, our good buddy Todd Starnes over there. We've had Todd on the show a time or two. Todd owns a radio station and hosts a radio show in Memphis. He's based over there. He's a national host on, I think it's News Nation or Newsmax. And he has a radio show on a daily basis. And he's indicating that there might be some news coming out about the National Guard in Memphis very soon. Hopefully the governor has decided that it's time to do something about the crime problem over there. It is the number one city for violent crime in the United States of America, according to the FBI. Now, can you imagine the governor coming on national television or coming on this radio show and saying, we don't have a crime problem in Memphis? That's just, that crime doesn't matter. That's just black on black crime. Oh, my God. But that's what J.B. Pritzker's saying. That's what Westmore is saying in Baltimore. That those crimes don't seem to matter to them. Why? 24 after the hour on Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Very quickly, I am set to have a conversation with our good friend, A.G. Jonathan Skrmetti. And I'm going to let Skrmetti speak for himself on this, but he is set to defend a couple of laws that I would just as soon we let go by the wayside in the state of Tennessee involving the Second Amendment. The Attorney General of our great state is bound to defend the state when it comes to laws that are passed by the General Assembly. Well, it's interesting because while he is set to defend a couple of those pieces of legislation, Republican attorneys general have filed an amicus brief with the Supreme Court asking it to overturn a Massachusetts firearm licensing requirement for non-residents. Last week, Tennessee Attorney General Jonathan Skrmetti and 24 other AGs submitted their brief in the Marquise versus Commonwealth of Massachusetts case. The case involves a fellow by the name of Philip Marquis, and it might be Marquis or Marquise, I don't know which. A New Hampshire resident who got into a car accident while in Massachusetts. In the accident, he was arrested and charged in Massachusetts after telling law enforcement that he was carrying a legally owned firearm without a state license. What a bunch of jerks, by the way. In Massachusetts, non-residents are required to receive a temporary license for transporting firearms or ammunition within their state. Let me tell you something. I haven't been to Massachusetts in a long time. I used to live up in Connecticut. 9 months I lived in Connecticut. 9 months. Let me tell you something, Jackson. You listening? You were born and raised in the great state of Tennessee, were you not?
I was.
You know what? I know you're focused on that little ticket I just sent you. You need to focus on this radio show, pal. That'll come Saturday.
A lot of balls in the air.
A lot of things going on right now. A lot of excitement happening in the control area.
Yes. So what's up?
Connecticut.
Yes, I know where that is.
9 months I lived there.
I did not know that.
You were born and raised in Tennessee.
Yes, Old Hickory.
You have never lived anywhere but Tennessee.
Knoxville.
That's in Tennessee. Last I checked. The advice that Matt Murphy is going to give to you, because I've lived in Connecticut. That was my one foray north of the Mason-Dixon line. Ken Weaver, I'll say the same thing to you. Now, Ken Weaver's lived north of the Mason-Dixon line.
Yes, sir, and I'm never going to do it again.
Uh-huh. So, Ken, you might be able to say the same about some of these areas that you've lived in, but let me tell y'all something. As lovely as an area of the country as it is, I mean, the trees are beautiful. And the fall foliage is everything that you can possibly imagine. Not a pine tree in sight. Well, I'll say this. If, God forbid, you go to the doctor and the doctor tells you that you only have 9 months to live, I encourage you to immediately pack up and move to Connecticut. Because by the time the 9 months are done, you'll want to die. That's the way I feel about that.
That's a good one.
The best thing about Connecticut is how small it is. I mean, you can drive through it in like an hour and a half.
Isn't it nighttime all the time in the winter there?
Lord, Ken. 4:15, man. 4:15, it's dark.
Just street lights on.
When you leave, all I know is when I was not working in radio in Connecticut, I sold cars at Crowley Lincoln Mercury in Bristol, Connecticut, just down the road from ES&PN. And let me tell you, when you left the dealership, it was dark.
Yeah.
When you left to work, it was dark, and and there's a lot of drunks in Connecticut, and I know why.
Yeah, because it's so damn dark all the time.
There's nothing else to do. Can't hang out outside. Just go home and drink. Anyway, Massachusetts, Connecticut, pretty much the same thing. Anyway, Jonathan Skrmetti is offering his take in an amicus brief against this regulation that requires you and I to get licensed temporarily in Massachusetts, even if we're just driving through, which is nonsense. Well, there's that going on, and then there's another case going on involving a defense of a piece of firearm legislation passed by the General Assembly in this state. I'll tell you more about that in a couple of minutes. 615-737-9986. Somebody writes in Foxwoods. Foxwoods is nice. For what it's worth. Foxwoods, I guess Foxwoods is in Connecticut. That's right. Hey, look, Storrs was lovely, where my buddy went to graduate school. And hell, I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about Bridgeport. I had a great time. I did a little sailing deal around Long Island out of Bridgeport. Oh, yeah, I went sailing. Don't laugh. Why are you laughing? I went sailing. I was a first mate. You think that's funny, Dave?
Yeah, I imagine an episode of Gilligan's Island.
Mm-hmm. Hey, if I can, hey, Weaver.
Yes, sir.
Will you be Mr. Howell?
Love her.
Love her. There you go. Or the professor. I don't care which.
Come here, Ginger.
Oh, jeez. I'll tell you what, Jackson. This Halloween, I'll try to lose a few more LBs, and I'll go as Gilligan, and you can be the skipper. What?
I don't know what the skipper looks like. I don't know whether to take that as a generous proposition or an insult.
I don't know how to take that. The fact that I believe you, that you genuinely have no idea.
He could be in a lineup and I wouldn't be able to pick him.
Well, he's a good-natured, he's a jolly fella. Hey, why don't you hit the music and let's go ahead and do nincompoops in the news. Jackson calling me out. Old person, I don't know. Hey, Boomer, I don't know what Gilligan's Island is.
Okay, Boomer.
I almost said sooner.
You did, didn't you? That's right. I forget that's the way y'all react. That's kind of like anybody says dogs and we start barking. I think I won yesterday.
You did win.
I was the big winner.
Way to go, Brother Murphy.
Thank you, kid.
Don't encourage it.
Blind sow, acorn. Every once in a while we find one. I'm going to take us to Prince George, British Columbia, where a Prince George, British Columbia man has received a 90-day driving probation after he was spotted by police driving on city streets this past Friday morning. On September 5th, an officer was on patrol in the area of the 15th Avenue and Nicholson Street intersection at about 9 a.m. when they spotted a man driving a vehicle down the street. The Prince George RCMP, I guess that's the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, told Global News, quote, "While this may seem like something that should have flown under the radar, it was out of the ordinary as well as it was a busy area during morning commute. It put other drivers on the road at risk as well as that particular driver himself. You see, the driver of the vehicle was driving while intoxicated. Police officer believed the driver to be impaired and found that the driver had a suspended license. Oh, yeah, he was also driving a pink electric Barbie Jeep." One of those,
What's his name, Ken?
I don't know if his name was, I think his name was, his name was Casper Lincoln.
That's a great name.
That's a pretty good name. That's a football name.
Yes, sir.
Casper Lincoln on the offensive line. Casper Lincoln was driving a Power Wheels Barbie Jeep Wrangler, hot pink. Told Global News he borrowed the toy and it belongs to his roommate's daughter. He was trying to y'all don't make me laugh. He was trying to get to the convenience store, quote, to get a Slurpee.
In a toy Jeep.
He said, "It's not like I was in a high-speed chase. I waited until it was safe, and then I crossed the road. I was doing my hand signals and everything." During the stop, police officers believed the driver to be impaired. I mentioned that. The driver was arrested for prohibited driving. He then provided 2 breath samples that were both over the legal limit. He was subsequently issued a 90-day driving probation, according to police. Lincoln said he hadn't had anything to drink that morning. He had just woken up. "I didn't think you could get a DUI in a Barbie truck," he said. He added that the Barbie Jeep was not impounded and it was returned to his daughter's roommate. So, or his roommate's daughter. So all's well that ends well. Reminds me of a little incident that happened to old GJ, George Jones, driving that old lawnmower, trying to get a little more liquor down to the...
a little bit of white lightning.
A little white lightning down to the liquor store. So there you go. There's my old boy driving the pink Barbie Jeep. That's my nincompoop in the news. Jackson?
All right. You know, boys, I hate to tell you all this, but somebody has done nincompoops in the news better than us.
Uh-oh.
This is the Texas A&M police Twitter account. And they tweet during Texas A&M games all the different arrests made throughout the stadium. So I'm just going to read you all a couple because I had trouble finding a good nincompoop today. All right, this comes from 3 days ago. Intoxicated subject, concourse behind Section 236. Released to sober roommate, ejected, beat the hell out of Utah State. They end every
Beat that.
They end every tweet with BTHO Utah State. Beat the hell out of Utah State.
Okay.
It's great. There's one, I can't find it right now, but there's one where it's like intoxicated subject. Oh, here it is. Subject with Keystone beer in his pockets, clearly intoxicated, said he forgot he had them. Ejected, released to sober wife. Subject started vaping.
Hold on. How did that text end? Beat the hell out of
Utah State.
Okay.
Subject started vaping while next to officer in the NEAT. Ejected. Beat the hell out of Utah State.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can't find one more. Subject was being ejected for intoxication and vaping. While being escorted out, subject evaded. Subject was located back in Section 124 and arrested. Beat the hell
out of Utah State.
No, beat the hell out of UTSA. This is from a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. My bad.
But this account brings me so much joy out of all the nincompoops that we don't get to talk about because they're not in the news, but they're in the news.
They are now.
Well, yeah, they're in the news as we speak.
I tell you what, that old boy really liked Keystone Light.
Here's the thing. The best one is released to sober wife because that guy is having a bad evening.
Yeah, I mean, that's worse than anything the cops were going to do to him, I assure you of that. Mr. Weaver, your nincompoop, sir.
All right, my buddy Dale Delbridge gave me this one. He's from right here in Middle Tennessee. This is out of Detroit. Man accidentally shot himself in the foot while attempting to kill a cockroach. and accidentally shot himself in the foot while trying to kill a cockroach in an unlucky and unfortunate series of events. Police said that the victim, 50-year-old man who uses a wheelchair, was using his shoe. He took off his shoe, threw it at the bug to kill it, but a revolver he keeps in the shoe fell to the ground. Upon making contact with the floor, the gun discharged and the bullet hit the victim in the foot. According to police, the man was in stable condition after going to the hospital.
What is this reminds me of my grandfather almost shot his toe. He had a little .25 pistol, and Pa liked to do this. He said he didn't like the pull on the trigger, and so he took the gun apart and he filed the trigger down, or he fired the firing pin down, and so it was he said he liked himself a hair trigger. And then he proceeded to keep the gun in his pocket. It went off twice in his pocket.
Goodness.
I'm talking about at different times. I feel like, and I told him, Pa, after you kept carrying it in your pocket. He said, well, I got to protect myself. So twice it fired out of his pocket. And one time it went right down the side of his shoe. Never hit him, though.
That's good.
Never shot that toe off. That's
so
good.
how did it go off?
He just, keys. The first, I don't know the second time. I never, but I was like, Pa, you got to stop there. I know. I'm keeping it. He said he was keeping it in his back pocket. I'm keeping it in my back pocket now. He would put keys in his pocket, and then the keys would get tangled up in the trigger, and, boop. Huh. Oh, yeah. It's just, got to sacrifice something, I suppose.
Beat the hell out of Utah State.
Beat the hell out of Utah State. That's how we play Nincompoops in the News on Super Talk 99.7. Give me some music. Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Don't you get sassy with me.
You may vote Ken Weaver. Oh, 4977's already voting for Ken?
Thank you, 4977. Yes, sir.
I just want you to picture a grown man in a Barbie Jeep, a pink Barbie Jeep. That's all I'm asking.
I bet she was shirtless.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I think
that
I got
would
a photo
make it
of it.
real good.
I hope so. I should have mentioned that if that's the case. That's how we play Nincompoops in the News. We'll get back to the real news momentarily on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.